Hello, Jacob here. This is SsangYong's answer to what a pickup should really be. This is the SsangYong Musso. This vehicle has won so many different awards, and today I'm going to show you how and why it has won all these awards. We're going to go through the exterior of the vehicle, the wingspan of a bird, the interior, nice armrest in the centre, providing you haven't got a middle passenger because you wouldn't want to squash them. The practicality of the car, this car is capable of towing 3.5 tons, as well as carrying a tonne in the back. And of course, we'll take it for a drive. Come on, let's get stuck into the video. Now, where do we begin with this fantastic pickup? From the exterior, you'll see a nice, big, bolsterous grille. You've got the nice chrome logo in the centre with the chrome lines either side, which are supposed to represent the wingspan of a bird. So really big representation. As we move around the vehicle, you'll see it's got front fog lights, 18-inch alloy wheels. Down the side, you'll notice that there are character lines that start at the front and run all the way along the vehicle right to the back, which represent a big muscular vehicle. Down the side, depending on the model, there are 4 different models in the Musso range. You get different graphics. So this is the Saracen model, so it is nearly top of the range in terms of practicality and specification. And down the side, you'll notice that it's got side steps for ease of getting in and out of, because it is quite a high and sits very high vehicle. And on the top, you'll notice the black and silver roof rails. So this vehicle is packed with a lot of kit. Let's get inside and check it out. So in the interior of the car, it's a really nice place to be. You'll notice the nice Premium Nappa Leather Seats. There's a lot of soft touch points in the car. So the center console here, on the side of the dash down here, and even the actual dashboard itself is nice and soft, and the steering wheel feels nice and premium. So the Saracen model is a really nice place to be. Now, there are some harder points, so like this part here feels a little bit more scratchy, but that isn't necessarily a bad thing in a vehicle like this, which is generally going to be used as a working vehicle for towing or whatever it may be. So if you've got working boots on and things like that, it's a little bit more hard wearing down near the footwells. So it's a bit more robust and should last a little bit longer. Now, moving on to some of the interior features on the car, starting with the steering wheel. On the right hand side here, we've got our functionality for cruise control. So the car is fitted with cruise control. On the left hand side, we've got our heated steering wheel, Bluetooth control. So once you've paired your phone, that's right, the car does have Bluetooth as standard. Link your phone up, you can receive incoming calls, make outgoing calls, a voice control button, so you don't have to mess around with the screen. You can, as you're driving, press the voice control button and say a contact in your phone and it will make that call out. You have also got the dials here for the volume, so you can control the volume of the radio or whatever's playing on Bluetooth, for example. You can control that from your steering wheel as opposed to having to look over here and take your eyes off the road. Another button over here on the right hand side takes us through some different screens on the dashboard. So I've got it set with a digital speedometer in the center, but you can go through and see what's playing on the radio, your navigation, so it will direct you where your navigation is set to, depending on roundabouts, etc. And you can also see your fuel consumption figures. So the fuel consumption in this car is very good. We will look at that in a little while when we drive it. Moving over to the right hand side, you'll see the car is fitted with hill descent control, which is really handy for a working vehicle like this, which is generally going to be on farmyards and builder sites and things like that. So you put hill descent control on, and when you're in drive, the car will use engine braking to keep the vehicle in low gears to stop it from sort of running away from you. Same for going down all sorts of different inclines, which is really nice and handy. Now the car is fitted with 4-wheel drive. It is manually operated, so you do have the option to drive in 4-wheel drive high and low, which you can see here, and 2-wheel drive, which obviously you would generally do your day-to-day driving on the normal roads. Moving on to the infotainment system, the nice thing with the SsangYong range is that it is generally streamlined throughout the range. So the Korando is the same as the Musso, as well as the Rexton and the Tivoli. So in the infotainment screen, if you've seen my other video on the Korando, which is up here. You'll be able to see the infotainment is exactly the same. SsangYong now use a tonne satellite navigation system, which is really efficient and easy to use. So we press the navigation button, gives you a nice overview of the navigation. You can program destination into it and it will direct you there. You'll see that we've got full digital radio, FM and AM as well, and obviously it picks up all the local stations as you're moving around whilst travelling. It has also got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard. So as long as you plug your phone in via the data cable down here, you'll see that it will populate the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, I should say, onto the screen, and it's nice and easy to use. Now another feature, when you go into reverse, it populates the rear camera onto the screen. Now the car is fitted with front and rear parking sensors, which activate when you go into reverse and if you're approaching an object when you're moving forward. It populates the two lines either side of the vehicle so you can see where the car's going to end up. And also it's really handy if you are going to be towing, so when you're hitching up you can see exactly where you need to be to get nice and central to be able to hitch up. Moving a bit further down, we've got your air conditioning, etc. So temperature on the right, blower speed on the left, and where you want the air to go. On a day like today where it's really hot, you do need that air conditioning. You'll see that we've got heated and cooled front seats, which is really nice. The cooled seats are so nice in the summer, and the heated seats are brilliant in the winter, along with the heated steering wheel. Now the Musso is really well laid out. Everything is where it should be. So the air conditioning buttons, they're really nice and easy to use. You just hit a button and it does it. But needless to mention, we've got the sun visors with mirrors and lights. Nice little sunglasses holder there. An 8-way power adjustable driver's and passenger seat, which is really nice and easy to use. And as you would expect of a vehicle like this, the storage inside the vehicle is magnificent. A nice big glove box here, massive door bins to fit a good size. Well, in fact, you could probably fit 2 different water bottles in each door bin. And you've also got this center console here with loads of room, as well as these 2 water bottle holders there. Now, let's get into the back and check out the space. Now, as you can see, with the use of the grab handles and the side steps, it's really nice and easy to get in and out of this car, even though it sits really high. Now, the seats are really comfortable actually in the back. You sort of really sit into them. With the nice premium Nappa leather, as we spoke about in the front, it's a really nice place to be. There is so much room. I mean, that seat is in a normal driving position, loads of leg room and loads of headroom as well. And I think you could quite comfortably fit 3 decent sized people in the back without being on top of each other. Now, what has it got in the back? Air vents in the back so you can have air conditioning blowing on you, electric windows in the rear, and heated rear seats, which is controlled on the side of the door in front of the electric window. Now that is a rarity in a lot of manufacturers' vehicles as standard. A lot of them are optional extras, but it is standard in this Saracen model. 3 seats in the back, a lap belt in the middle, and 2 normal seat belts on the exteriors. And you've also got ISOFIX points on the 2 outer edge seats, which is really handy. Also, mustn't forget to mention, there is a nice small lip in the back of this car. A lot of cars that are 4-wheel drive or send power to the rear wheels have a big sort of box in the center, which takes up a lot of the middle passenger's legroom. But this car is nice and flat, so it can keep you nice and comfortable, and 3 people can easily sit in the back. Now, as for storage in the back of the car, we've got these pockets in both the back seats, so you can fit some nice stuff in there. Really big door bins like the front. You have loads of space underneath the back seats as well, so if you're going away you can put some stuff in the back underneath the seats and it won't take up any leg room. You've also got this nice armrest in the centre, providing you haven't got a middle passenger, because you wouldn't want to squash them. But it has also got 2 cup holders in the back as well. Now you can fold these back seats down as well, so you've got a nice flat area to load stuff into, providing you've not got to take rear passengers with you. Nice big area. Down in the back, this car comes with a tyre inflation kit as standard, not a spare wheel. So that is also stored behind the seats, so it's not in your way. And this simply just pushes back up and clips back in. This is a really nice and pleasant place to be. I could quite easily go on a long journey and sit in the back without getting cramped legs and being uncomfortable. Now, let's go and check out the space in the back. Now, the most important part of a pickup is, of course, the load bed. Now, this load bed is class leading in its segment. It is absolutely fantastic. This car is capable of towing 3.5 tons, as well as carrying a tonne in the back. Now, this bed will carry 1,011 litres. I know it's a bit of an odd number, but that's what SsangYong say. A couple of things that the bed is fitted with. A bed liner, which is a standard, so there's plastic liner to keep the back nice and tidy without getting ruined. Tie down places around the exterior of the bed. And you've also got a 12-volt socket as standard to plug in your power tools or whatever you may need power for. You can plug it in at the back. What a fantastic vehicle. Okay, so here we are in the SsangYong Musso. Wow, what a fantastic vehicle this is to drive. Available with a 6-speed automatic gearbox with one engine variant, which is the one we're driving, a 2.2 litre diesel, 181 PS, with 420 Newton meters of torque, which is absolutely fantastic pulling power if you're towing something, but also great for just normal driving. Now, this car is fantastic on country lanes, so like we're driving on at the moment, but also on off-road, farm tracks, building sites, all sorts of things like that. What a fantastic vehicle. Now, I have to say, it is also really comfortable. This car's suspension setup just soaks all the bumps up really well, along with obviously the Premium Nappa Leather Seats. Really combine well with this car. You should definitely pop on down to Bicester Motor Company and check this car out. Now, the final verdict of this fantastic pickup. Well, I absolutely love this car. It's fantastic for its practicality, the interior, the exterior, and the drivability, as you will have known from the video. Do please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video, and stay tuned for our new and upcoming Musso Rhino video to check out the improved space and spec on that model.